Have you ever done any of these exercises waiting for your bum to grow, but you actually never did? I want you to actually ditch the band and start picking up some weights. And I know that at this point you'll be confused because you won't know what to do. But this is what this video is about. I'm going to give you 4 of the best exercises that you can do to grow your glutes. And towards the end, I'm also going to give you a bonus tip on how to grow that bunda. So make sure you watch till the end. Now, today I'm joined by my beautiful client, Jasmine. How are you today?
I am very good.
Lynn set some before and after pictures here on the screen so you can see her beautiful progress. And link down below if you want me to train you one-on-one, just like Jasmine did over here. Anyway, let's go downstairs and let's get those bunda exercises going. So we're going to be starting with the first category, which is when you'll target your glutes horizontally. This is everything that is related basically to hip thrust. So with this particular variation, you can do any, but I will show you my favorite one specifically. So you want to demonstrate, Jasmine, how it's done and how we've learned together. To keep looking forward as you do this, maintaining that forward gaze. And as you can see, she's coming up and then abducting at the top. She's also wearing a band, meaning that will make it harder and work against resistance when she's doing the abduction at the top. This will help target her side glutes more, so your top glutes basically as well. We'll apply this with the weight as well. What will happen now, Jasmine will perform exactly the same thing but with weight on. So remember, it's key to always look forward. As to engage your glutes, you want to squeeze all the way up. It's important to lock out. Always lock out when you do this exercise and keep looking forward. Whenever you're ready, perfect. Well done. Abduct. That is marvelous. Make sure you squeeze those glutes at the top and you perform as many as you can, but with weight. This is a very challenging one. You can stop now. How is this one?
Very good. I can feel the burn in my glutes already.
It's definitely a variation that it targets your glutes from every single angle. When you go up, you will tend to target your gluteus maximus, but because we're adding the abduction with the band, she's also going to target her top glute, aka side booty, shelf, whatever you want to call it. So make sure you give this a try. On to exercise number 2. Jasmine is here doing a couple of squats, which leads to the second category, which is any exercise that will target your glutes vertically. As you can see, the weight and your body is moving up and down in a vertical plane, and this is key as well for one of your lifts. And if you can do squats, that is perfect. If they don't hurt you, feel free to do them. However, I personally prefer a different variation for squats, which are much kinder to your lower back and to your joints in general, and is also slightly more glute dominant. You will be able to feel it more in your glutes. Again, if you like squats or barbell squats, you can do them, but I personally don't prefer them. Or if you're a beginner, for example, I don't particularly recommend jumping onto barbell squats straight away because they'll feel much harder to perform, and in general they're a complex exercise as well. So we'll be using a squat rack, but with a twist. We're not actually going to use the barbell itself. Let's see how we're going to do it. So I'm going to get rid of the squat rack, of the barbell, I mean. You can do this on the floor, but the reason why I use these is because the range of motion is much deeper. You can go deeper, you can stretch your muscles even more, meaning that you will target your glutes even more. So extra spicy session for you. And also with this exercise, we tend to target our lower glutes. Give you the dumbbell so you can, yeah, exactly. You can hold it like that. So arms straight. So just descend down, so toes slightly rotated outwards, so you get that sumo stance, which is key. And then descend down, very nice and deep. So as deep as you can, go as slow as you can. So you can pause as well if you want to feel them even more. And you can really work up to the weight that you like. Now with this exercise, you also might feel it a little bit in your adductors, so inner thighs, which is absolutely normal because it's the sumo stance and it's a hip dominant movement, okay? So less lower back, but still you'll be able to target this area of your glutes over here. So lower glutes, bottom area, nice stretch. So you want to aim at going as slow as you can. That's why we're doing the elevation here. On to the next exercise that I recommend. Third exercise that we're going to be doing is the leg press. However, with a twist. It's not the normal leg press, and it's also an exercise that also belongs to the vertical category that we saw before. But this is a single leg exercise, okay? And I always recommend you including any sort of unilateral exercises into your program because they're good for muscle imbalance imbalances. They're great in general to isolate one side at a time. This exercise in particular is even better than Romanian deadlifts because the range of motion allows you to have even a deeper stretch to your glutes, so even more bunda gains. You're welcome. Again, you're more welcome to try this or stick to RDLs if you prefer them. However, that is the third exercise that I personally recommend you should try as well. So whenever you're ready, you do this leg, so push it out. Amazing. So you want to come all the way down, so as close as your chest as you can, and then push back up. Now when you come, make sure you never straighten up your leg completely, otherwise you'll end up hurting your knee. So it's important that you maintain a slight bend here, so your leg is never going to be completely straight. Now to really get your glute, you obviously want to get your foot higher up on the platform. If you want to get your quads more, you'll have it much lower. And onto the fourth and last exercise. This is one of my favorite exercises for the side booty, gluteus medius, top glutes, whatever you want to call it. But don't forget that after this, I've got a bonus tip for you in order to wrap up the video. So wait for it. But the first thing that we need to understand is top tip to perform this that I recently actually experimented with myself. If you can with the gym, and if you can use two, and it's not too busy, you can use both of the sides, I recommend doing one leg in one side and the other leg in another side, because it's just, you'll be able to feel it more. Now, in terms of the of this side, I always recommend facing the wall. The other thing that I want you to do is cable placement. Where do we position the cable? Now, because Jasmine will be doing the exercise, so we'll be taking her body as a reference. So she'll be close, she'll get close to the cable. So you can see that here it needs to be just below her knee. So that cable attachment where it attaches here, this is her knee, it needs to be just below her knees. So we'll put it slightly lower. One lower over here. So before you do that, we need to understand how we're kicking. So with this movement, I don't want you to kick laterally, okay? I don't want you to kick directly backwards. It needs to be in an angle, it needs to be diagonally. So if you face the wall now, okay? So I want you to try and kick in a diagonal way. So perfect. See how much easier it is? So make sure that when you kick, you don't kick too high, squeezing your glutes, okay? So probably you'll stop over here. That's all the movement that you need to do. You rotate your foot at a 30-degree angle, as you can see over here, that she is doing, and squeeze up. Now, for those of you that have stayed, I'm going to share a bonus tip for you. I'm going to share on the screen the alternative exercises that you can do, just in case if you've tried those 4 exercises that I gave you, for some reason you can't feel them. Just because everyone's genetics is always different, I always encourage you to always try different variations, and there is never going to be one size fits all for everyone, okay? So I'll put other variations that belongs to each and every single one of the category that I gave you, so that quite similar to those, and you can pick and choose whichever works best for you. But other than that, you smashed it, Jasmine. We're very proud of you. You're looking amazing, by the way, can we just say? Glutes popping. But again, if you want me to train you as well, like Jasmine, link down below. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time with another video. Thank you again, Jasmine.